welcome into Farming Simulator 25 with me, the Midlife Simster. Thanks for joining me here on this series of things I wish I'd known. This is version 2.0 of what you need to know about custom cow pastures. So following up from my video that came out within the last 24 hours, it's had a lot of interest, lots of comments, people engaging. First off, thank you for all those of you who have taken the time to watch it, comment. I've got a new YouTuber, so bear with me. I'm not the best at this thing, but I am trying my best to answer all your questions, and hopefully this video will answer a few of those for you as well. Yeah, I'm also going to try and be a bit more calm and collected than I was when I recorded the last one, because I was super excited, kind of stumbling across this, and all my relentless testing kind of actually came good. So things we're going to talk about in here. Let me come out this third person view and show you a few different little things. So first off, this is the best I can make it. Single panel, 4 corners. It basically seems that as long as the pen is basically running from kind of point A to point B to point C to point D to point E and back again, it will just create solid lines between those points. That then means your invisible fence line is there, so the cows will stay within that line. It doesn't matter, ignore the shape of the grass, because if you've gone and done kind of wacky shapes, and like, you know, it'll work on a diamond, you know, that sort of thing. But it draws straight lines between the two. Now that comes relevant later on when we jump across to the Calmsden map, because there's a few things I need to show you in there. A couple of people saying about the kind of size of fence panels and stuff. I play on PlayStation, so I can't get into that, the XML stuff. I can't do any of that, the kind of deep editing. I'm a console player, so bear with me and have patience. We live in a very different world to PC players, unfortunately. I'd love to be a PC player, but I'm not, and I'll probably never will be, because I'll never have the money to be buying myself a proper gaming system. This is the sort of basically minimum standard size fence panel you can get. The game will not place a fence panel unless you spend £200 or more on putting a panel in. On PlayStation, it's quite difficult to get that close to kind of 201, 202. You've got to do a lot of fiddly messing about stuff. So these are roughly all 202s, 208s on this Pasture, I think they were. I've done so many now, I've lost track. But basically, this is as small as I can make it go. And without it losing the animals inside. Also, from what I've found, I can only get them to stay if there's 4 points in here, or they've got a clear line. If you think of it in terms of the lines, if you've just got these 2 here, or like 1 here and then a triangle like that, it gets really messy, and I can't seem to get them to stay. It almost feels like they need a distinct kind of 3 points of contact. Like I say, the triangle seems to work, but it's trickier. The square is by far the easiest kind of like way to go with it. Where it gets then fun is for you guys and the kind of creativity side of it. So depending on your minds and how creative you are, and also I think the map, if I'm right, but excuse me if I'm not. Like I say, I'm still very new to this, and I don't really get the kind of deeper coding side of things. Now, there are ways to hide the fence panels. Some are going to be better than others depending on what you're doing. For example, from ground view, that's all right. Yeah, we can't see the fence panel tucked away in there, but when we actually go up high and we're looking over it, it looks awful. This one, I was just chucking anything around just to see the sort of issues it has with collisions and things like that and testing it. This is, I think, a modded bush paneling that came out recently. So again, from like ground level, it's great, but anything past it, and you can't get it closer than that because of the collision issues. Personally, this is the best option I found so far, placeables. But then you end up with, depending on the land and your topography, you'll have this issue then to contend with where it's out of the ground, potentially. But there is a fence panel underneath this thing. You can just turn the collision off on that one. You could go with sheds. And again, if this was flatter ground, that probably wouldn't look too bad. because, you know, you're giving the animal somewhere to go, that sort of thing. The immersion element of it comes into play. Because this is a sloped field, it looks dreadful. And then once it's in, I then can't colour over the top of it on this map. Like I say, that's not to say the case, that'll be the case for every map. I know on Calmsden we can do a lot more editing, it seems, than a lot of others. Now, what is weird, and Calmsden has got its own issues as well. So, and I'll jump across the map in a second, because it'll make it a lot easier. It'll be a lot easier to explain it visually than me trying to. But when I've deleted the pastures in the previously on Calmsden and then gone to put anything in terms of a placeable down, so let's have a look. I can't do it. It will not let me put anything down. Whereas this map, the Frontier map, it seems fine. It's a bit strange. Yeah, obviously you could see there, I meant to say as well, sheep, tested it with them, so it seems to work fine. Doesn't matter on the animal type from what I haven't done pigs, horses, I've just done cows and sheep, and I haven't done any variations of the cows or sheep and goats. I've just assumed that the code is going to be for an animal in a pen and it's going to work. And yeah, so this is the best that I can make it at the moment. I've done so many variations. I can't find a way to make it better. I really hope, I'm sure someone will. As long as it's on console, then I'll high five you till the cow, literally till butter and her mates come home. Right, let me jump across to Calmsden and show you something interesting on there. Right, here we are in Calmsden, and I'm just going to show you this live time to show you how I basically end up doing this and just things to be wary of. So standard cow pasture, we'll flip it around by here. Anyway, kind of close down by this part. Flattening failed, typical. My OCD doesn't like that, but never mind. That'll do. Okay, so we're just going to come out to the side. Put one there. Now, the smallest panel we can get, you can see there, like I say, that's £200. That's as good as it's going to get, and I think that's probably the first £200 panel I've managed to get, because it's so difficult to do it on. It's so tricky to get on the console, but we'll leave it at that, right? So there we are. So there's two panels there, so it doesn't matter then. Any amount of panels all the way up here. Stick one there, and then we'll stick. See how small we can make this one. Now this isn't ideal because this gate is in the way. So there are better ways of doing this, but just for the example I'm gonna talk to you about this, it'll do for now. There we are, that one there. Now then, this is the one I really want to show you, because this is where it gets a bit weird and interesting. So if let's have a look. If we can get okay, if we go from there and we make a 200 panel there. Now we're going to come, I almost did one without, no, I've got to still do another 200 panel. See, it doesn't even like that much. That'll do. Yeah, okay, cool. Right, so then we're going to follow the wall line down here. Any old way, doesn't really matter how many of these we're doing. Just going to follow this down here. And now the wall here starts to angle away. Because it's following obviously the curvature of the road. So we're going to follow the wall. And you might kind of guess where this is going to go. So if I go about there, and then we have one more there, one across there, come on. See, it's so tricky on console, my big fat hands. Right, bring this across then, and then this way we sort of get messy now because the tree's in the way and stuff, but we'll come across there. We will come across all the way to here. And then we'll do a little 200 one there. 200 one there. And then this one shouldn't matter because what realistically is going to end up happening. Yep, chuck the meadow in. What should happen is when we start deleting these now, that will just end up drawing a line from that post back to this point here. It won't go from the post over there to over there. I think it's honestly, it's so weird, this whole thing. The mechanics behind it are fascinating. So let's check our cows in there to start with. Where are we here? Come on then, girls. 75 of you. Beautiful. Hello, butter. Right. Back into construction menu. Into our demolition mode. Now we can get rid of our first panels by here. Like so. And my rule is I leave the first one on the corner, delete everything else. So I know at the moment you'll see it and it's missing the post from this side of it. It's when we come out of the game, it'll put a post back on that. And that took me ages to realise because I thought I'd messed up and I was like I say, I was doing odds and evens. I was counting panels and also, and I could not get it to give me 4 standard panels with a post either end. I came out of the game in frustration, reloaded it like 20 minutes later, and they obviously all then materialized. So there we are, missing one there, but we're keeping that one because it's the end of the row. And we'll move across to this one, delete that, and delete all of those. Come across to this one, end of the row, leave it there. Come around the back of the tree by here, get rid of that, get rid of that. This is where the wall line of, let's say we were talking about there, is going to curve out. Now, caveat in case it doesn't work, but it's happened to me a couple of times, and it's happened to me on my Let's Play. Why I've done it like this is I want to try and demonstrate it. Hopefully it'll work. I need just to concentrate before I forget what I'm doing. Let's just get rid of those right. So now this is going to draw a solid line from there all the way straight line up to there. Even though this is a solid brick wall, I can't remove this in the demolition mode on PlayStation. I know XML PC players can do some work on this if you go into the Giants editor and stuff. I've heard people talking about that and they can get rid of this. I can't, but our cows can escape because I was driving down here, doing my filming to do my catch up, and there was a cow stirred by here, just looking at me like, hey bud, what's up? So be wary of that. I think if you want to avoid that, you're gonna have to leave like a single panel sort of in here somewhere maybe, so that your points are hitting kind of along the lines. I hope that makes sense. Because if you really are like big into your immersion and you don't want them to be escaping, then that's probably what you're going to have to do. Right, final section. Leave this last one on here, and then we can bin off all of these like that and like that, and then we can bin off the connected one as well. That didn't look right, did it? It is though. Cool. Okay, so we've got a little panel in the corner down there, little panel over there. So this should now draw a straight line from there to there, straight line from there to there, back up to here. This should then come across to here, all the way down the field to here. At which point we've got this. Now this is the trickiest one by far, like I say, because it create, and this is a inward opening gate to this point, which I can't delete the gate, which is really frustrating, because if it was opening that way, wouldn't be a problem with it, but can't get rid of it. So that one's kind of mentally broken me at the moment. And then single line over to there, and then we're going to see what happens as we come down here. Now, we may not have enough cows, we may not have enough time to show it and wait for it to happen, but we never know. So we will come out of all of this, save the game. I will now restart basically the game completely, go to the home page, close it down, restart it, come back in, and we'll see how we're looking. But a girl. And here we are. So let's have a little from above, shall we? Anyone escaped? Or try and do? Considering breaking out. Go on, girl. Get through that wall. Yeah, so there we are. They're all still here. Happy days. And, I mean, look, they're not in this area, are they? So this guy's got his head, or girl's got her head through the fence. So how she's doing that. So maybe, I mean, again, maybe the line is there then. Is it? If she walks this way, No, she doesn't seem to be able to come that way, does she? That's the... Oh! Oh, as I say it! I swear this game is mocking me. That's too funny. I'm definitely leaving that in. Wow, after all my testing, I haven't seen that happen, and here we are recording and it does it live. Right. What is going on? That's so... Oh, this game. So the line is to the post then. It doesn't care about the feeding station where it starts and finishes anymore. It just cares about the posts. That's so weird. That's so weird. You are just teasing me. You got your head through the wall. You got your nose in the wall. Yeah. I mean, weird, isn't it? Right. Final few things then. So, if we go into fences, I'll show you in here. You're gonna get collisions. That's the problem. It still thinks that this thing is going on here. See, so areas restricted. There's nothing we can do about putting anything in there. This is the Calmsden fence. Now, when you come there, like I say, I mean there. I mean, look at that. It's doing. It won't let me cross that. It's definitely doing it that way, isn't it? How weird is that? So you're gonna get collisions. You're just gonna have to be kind of creative with how you do that. For me, I think it's probably the placeables the better way to go with it. Like say, like I stuck this one up in the top corner over here, and I think that looks like quite nice when you kind of tuck it away, do a bit of grass around it, things like that. All you're doing is just on console for me, I'm just pressing the triangle, so you're just forcing it over there. So it's the toggle free mode, but you will come up with issues around then landscaping and things like that, and so just be really, really wary of it. I'm very excited to see what you guys start doing. Now, the one other thing I need to show you on Calmsden, and unless something has happened where it won't do it again, but I'll do it because it was doing to me originally. So we'll come back into here now. We'll sell, oops, I'm in the wrong page. We'll sell all of our girls. Goodbye, girls. We'll save that. Come out of that. Go into construction. Now, what I did before was I deleted all the posts, but instead of that, we'll test it. Because if I can make it work without doing that, then... Although, why now? Why won't it let me... Oh, see, that's interesting. Why won't it let me even highlight the cow pasture to delete it? Ah. We're just coming up against little things all the time. There's something new. Every time I think I've got it all sussed out, it finds a way to make me look silly. Right. For whatever reason, I can't delete that. How bizarre. How absolutely bizarre is that? That it will not give me a point to delete it. So... I'm going to live test this now with you, which wasn't the plan at all for today. This was going to be a nice, quick, simple, hey guys, check this out video. But no, the farming simulator gods have seen fit. Oh, that's interesting. So it's changed the boundary lines massively then to something because we couldn't get 81 before, could we? Where are you putting them? Where are they? Where can they go? What? Perfect. Look at that. Now then, if that isn't your cup of tea, then you need to have a couple more fence panels in you. That's the only thing that's going to stop that. I'm guessing then it's using... Well, who knows what that's using? I mean, I don't even know. I've got no idea how it's doing that. So, but it will not let me delete it. How bizarre is that? Obviously, we've deleted the one panel. I'll show you just for argument's sake and so that you guys don't have to waste time with it. I'll delete this one as well. So that just leaves us the two top end panels and the main pen itself. So I'll save this. I'll come out and I'll show you what happens then. And there you go. They're gone from the visual side of things. However, they are here in spirit. 81 animals still showing in the pasture. So that's the issue there. Out of interest, let's go in here. Sell them all. Yep. Thanks very much. I'll give it one more go at deleting it to see if I can force it to let me delete it. Oh, it's going to let me do it this time. How weird is that? Right, okay, so that's deleted that. Has it gotten rid of all the fences? Yeah, so everything's gone. Now, probably the game's going to make me look stupid again. What it wouldn't let me do last time was once I deleted it, was then set another one within the area that had basically already been used. There we are, areas restricted. So even though there's nothing there, it will not on. This is just a Calmsden specific thing. So clearly the code in Calmsden is different to Frontier, will be different to whatever other maps and stuff. It's going to be very map specific, this little issue. And I even, before anyone else says it, and asks, I have ploughed parts of this to try and place it. It still will not allow me to plough it. And I have set create new field and ploughed, and I still couldn't get it to accept putting the new pasture in. So it looks like once it's in, you basically you're not going to get another one. But it's just the way it is. It kind of now I'm assuming because we can create new fields and plough, we could turn this field into a crop of some sorts, but we just can't put placeables down on it. So just be wary of that when you are kind of deep into your Let's Plays and you're going to start redesigning things. It's a bit of an all-in situation. Knowing my luck, I've done all this effort and giants will patch this week now when 1.5 comes out and it'll be resolved. But if they don't, then happy days. I've maybe hopefully given you some options and a bit of a fix. Look, if you are still here and you have found this useful and you've enjoyed it and you think there's some creative options from it, then please consider giving this video a like, and if you like what you've heard and seen, then maybe you can subscribe to the channel. Like I said before, very new, very small, nice little community. There's no negativity, it's all positive. Very much what we're kind of trying to do over here. And let me know about your stuff, if you can find different ways of doing this and the ways you found to kind of go around it and the kind of ways you found to hide the fence panels and things. Let your creative, I was going to say, it's disgusting to say, but let your creative juices flow, isn't it? So there we are. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope, like I say, I hope you found it useful. Share this far and wide. It's not for recognition. It's simply to allow others to get the same benefit that I got from it and the same enjoyment. So there we are. And as always, until next time, be happy, stay safe, and we'll speak again soon. Take care.